Stop everything. Stop scrolling. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Because here's the truth. Every day you wait, every time you delay, someone else is out there grinding, showing up and moving forward while you stay stuck. And the real question is, will you stay weak, inconsistent, and invisible, or will you force yourself to rise, to fight, and to dominate your life? Today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to force yourself to be consistent, even when life is screaming at you to quit. Listen carefully, because this is the hard truth nobody will tell you. Motivation is a liar. Motivation is like a spark. It flares, it excites, then it dies. But consistency is a machine. It never stops. It never sleeps. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. Consistency responds only to action. Today, I'm going to show you how to take control of your life, how to force yourself to show up every day, how to become unstoppable. Are you ready? Good. Let's go. Listen to me very carefully, because this is the truth that nobody tells you, and this is the first step if you want to force yourself to be consistent. Every single day, your mind will try to stop you. Your feelings will come at you like a storm, and your body will beg you to quit. Some days your alarm will go off and you won't feel like getting out of bed. Some days the thought of starting your work, your grind, your goals will feel heavy like a mountain on your chest. And here's the thing, you will feel excuses trying to crawl into your head. It's too hard today. I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. And if you listen to your feelings, if you follow them, you will fail. Let me tell you something. Feelings are liars. They are deceivers. They will trick you into staying small. They will whisper sweet comforts to keep you from rising. The world does not care about your feelings. Your dreams do not care about your feelings. Your future does not care about your feelings. What matters, what truly matters, is action. Discipline wins, not mood, always. You see, motivation is a spark. Motivation lights up your mind, but it doesn't last. Motivation comes and goes like a flash of lightning. It burns bright, but it disappears in seconds. You cannot rely on motivation. You cannot wait to feel motivated. That is the trap of most people. They wait for the mood to feel ready. They wait for motivation to arrive. And while they wait, life moves forward without them. What you need is something stronger. You need discipline. You need to make a decision. You need the mindset that tells your body, I don't care how I feel, I'm going to act anyway. That is the power of mind over mood. That is the secret that separates dreamers from doers. That is the difference between those who talk about success and those who live it. I want you to think about the times in your life when you wanted to quit. Really think about it. When your body screamed stop, when your mind screamed no, when fear and doubt tried to paralyze you. And yet, if you forced yourself to show up, if you pushed through the pain, if you acted even when it hurt, you remember how alive you felt? You remember that rush, that feeling of power that came from doing what others were too weak to do? That is exactly the moment that separates consistent people from inconsistent people. The inconsistent person waits for feelings. The consistent person acts regardless of feelings. They create momentum through action. Action comes first. Feeling comes after. You build momentum, you build energy, you build power by showing up when you don't feel like it. That is how you build unstoppable force. Every time you act despite your feelings, you are building muscle, a muscle called consistency. And like a physical muscle, it grows stronger under pressure. Muscles grow when you lift heavy weights, when your body is tired, when every fiber screams stop and you lift anyway. Consistency grows the same way. It grows when you show up, when you push past your comfort, when you take action, even though your mind says no. That is how you strengthen the discipline inside of you. That is how you force yourself to be consistent. That is how you rise above average. That is how you leave mediocrity behind. Now, let me make this very clear. You do not have to love every moment of the grind. You do not have to enjoy every second of effort. Forcing yourself to act does not mean hating yourself for feeling. It means recognizing the feeling, acknowledging it, and saying, I feel this, but I will act anyway. That is the difference. That is the mindset of a champion. That is the mindset of someone who will not allow circumstances, emotions, or excuses to control their life. Every step you take against your feelings is a deposit into your future. Every action you take while uncomfortable is building your strength, your power, your potential. And trust me, your future is going to pay you back tenfold for every moment you acted when you didn't feel like it. There will be days when your mind and body fight you. There will be days when everything in your soul screams quit. Those are the days that define you. Easy days are just practice. Hard days are the test. Hard days are when champions are born. If you can learn to act, to show up, to push past your mood when your feelings are screaming stop, then you have unlocked the power of mind over mood. Then you have unlocked the path to consistency. Then you have unlocked the key to greatness. Because greatness is never comfortable. Greatness is never easy. Greatness is never motivated. Greatness is disciplined. Greatness is consistent. Greatness is made by those who rise above feelings and act anyway. And here's what you must remember. Your feelings will always try to stop you. Every day, your mind will create excuses. Every day, the world will test your focus. Every day, your comfort will whisper to you to quit. But the question is, what will you do? Will you give in to feelings, or will you take control and act? Will you be a slave to your mood or a master of your actions? Will you hide behind excuses, or will you rise and push forward because your future demands it? You see, every person who has accomplished incredible things, every champion, every icon, every person you look up to, they all learned this lesson. They acted even when they didn't feel like it. They disciplined their mind. They rose above emotions. They forced themselves to show up no matter the circumstances. And that is the secret. Mind over mood. Acting despite feelings, showing up when it's hard. That is how you force yourself to be consistent. That is how you build a life that most people only dream about. That is how you create power, discipline, and unstoppable momentum. Listen to me very carefully, because this is the part where most people fail. Most people believe that success comes from one big move, one huge decision, or one perfect moment. They wait for the right feeling, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect motivation. And while they wait, life passes them by. Let me tell you the truth. Success is not about giant leaps. Success is about small actions repeated consistently over time. Small actions every single day. Small actions that build momentum, that stack on top of each other, that grow quietly until one day they explode into massive results. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary. That is how winners are made. Think about it. Small actions feel insignificant in the moment. They feel like they don't matter. One push-up today, one extra page of study, one phone call, one extra mile walk, one task completed. These things feel tiny. They feel meaningless. And most people quit at this stage because they cannot see the results immediately. But that is exactly why small actions are so powerful. They are like invisible building blocks, laying the foundation for something massive. Every small effort, every little step, every extra bit of work is a deposit into the future that you are creating. And one day, all those deposits will pay off bigger than you could ever imagine. I want you to picture a seed. You plant it in the ground, you water it, you give it sunlight, you protect it from the wind, and most importantly, you keep caring for it every single day. You cannot see it growing at first. It may seem like nothing is happening, but day by day, slowly, quietly, it grows roots, it grows strength, and one day it becomes a massive tree. Your success works exactly the same way. Every small action you take today is that water, that sunlight, that care. You may not see it now. You may not feel it now. But if you show up, if you keep doing the small things, if you stack actions consistently, you will eventually grow into the life you are meant to live. And I want you to hear me clearly. Consistency is what separates ordinary people from champions. One small action repeated once doesn't matter. One small action repeated twice doesn't matter. But repeated every day, month after month, year after year. Those small actions compound into massive results. One extra call, one extra push, one extra effort every day is like putting a brick in the foundation of your future. And when you add brick after brick, when you continue showing up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's hard, you build something that cannot be destroyed. That is how winners are made. That is how people go from average to unstoppable. That is how dreams turn into reality. Most people fail because they cannot trust the process. They want immediate results. They want instant gratification. They get frustrated because they don't see progress fast enough. But listen to me. The results are coming. They are growing quietly beneath the surface. Every extra effort, every small action you take is stacking, compounding, building power, momentum, and strength. And one day you will wake up and realize that everything you did quietly, consistently, every single day has created a life bigger than you ever imagined. And here is something most people will never understand. Small actions build habits. Habits build discipline. Discipline builds character. Character builds success. Every small action you take today is shaping who you are becoming. Every time you push yourself, even when it is uncomfortable, even when your feelings say stop, even when no one is watching, you are building a mindset of winners. You are proving to yourself that you can do hard things. You are proving to yourself that you will not quit. That is the power of small actions. That is how ordinary people turn into legends. I want you to understand one more thing. You cannot skip steps. You cannot take shortcuts. You cannot expect massive results without putting in the small work consistently. There is no hack. There is no secret. There is no shortcut. There is only showing up, taking action, repeating, stacking, trusting the process, and believing that your small efforts are creating massive change over time. That is how champions are made. That is how empires are built. That is how your life transforms in ways that most people only dream about. Every time you choose to take a small action when you could have done nothing, you are training your mind. You are training your body. You are creating habits that will last a lifetime. You are creating momentum that no obstacle can stop. You are proving to yourself and the world that you are willing to do what most people are too lazy, too afraid, or too distracted to do. That is the secret of unstoppable people. That is the power of small actions done consistently. That is how you move from being ordinary to being unstoppable. And the most beautiful part, small actions never betray you. They never lie. They never fail you. The more you stack them, the stronger you become. The more you show up, the more power you build. The more consistent you are, the more unstoppable your life becomes. Small actions lead to massive results, and massive results lead to a life that most people only dream about. Listen to me very carefully, because this is the moment where most people fail without even realizing it. Most people think they are working hard, they think they are grinding, but in reality, they are letting distractions control their lives. They scroll endlessly on social media. They worry about what everyone else is doing. They argue. They complain. They chase things that do not move them forward, and they wonder why they are stuck. Let me tell you something. Distractions are killers. Distractions steal your focus. They steal your energy. They steal your momentum, and they steal your results. If you want to force yourself to be consistent, you must eliminate distractions. You must focus on what truly matters. Think about your time for a second. You have 24 hours in a day, not a second more. You cannot add more hours. You cannot borrow time. You cannot get back the hours you waste. And yet, most people give their time away to things that don't matter. They scroll, they binge, they argue, they waste energy on things that have zero impact on their growth. And then they complain, I don't have time. Life isn't fair. I'm not getting results. Let me tell you the truth. The reason you are not progressing is not lack of talent, it's lack of focus. Your time is slipping away and you are allowing it to happen. You are giving away your energy to distractions that are slowly killing your dreams. Distractions feel good at the moment. They make you comfortable. They make you feel like you are doing something, but really they are taking you further away from your goals. Every time you choose a distraction over your work, over your grind, over your growth, you are training your mind to settle. You are teaching yourself to accept average when you deserve greatness. Most people don't even realize it. They think they are multitasking, but they are really splitting their energy and weakening their ability to produce massive results. If you want to be consistent, if you want to win, you must make a choice. You must say no to the things that do not serve your vision. You must shut out the noise. You must eliminate the things that pull you off track. Focus is power. Focus is energy. Focus is what separates the people who achieve their dreams from the people who stay stuck. Every distraction you remove is a step closer to mastery, closer to progress, closer to the life you are meant to live. And here's the thing, it's not just things that distract you, it's people too. People who complain, people who gossip, people who criticize, people who discourage, people who drain your energy. They are distractions. They are energy vampires. You must protect your space. You must surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. Your environment shapes your results. If you want to force yourself to be consistent, you must control your environment and guard it like it's gold. Let me be real with you. Removing distractions is uncomfortable. It's not easy. It means saying no to comfort, entertainment, habits that feel good but don't help you grow. It means setting boundaries. It means ignoring the voice in your head that says, just relax, just take it easy, just scroll for a minute. That is exactly why most people fail. They choose comfort over discipline, distractions over focus, temporary pleasure over long-term results. But the people who rise, the people who succeed, the people who force themselves to be consistent, they choose focus, they choose clarity, they choose to protect their time, energy, and results above everything else. Consistency is not just showing up every day. Consistency is showing up every day with purpose, with clarity, with focus. You can grind hard every day, but if your energy is split, if your attention is divided, your results will be limited. The most successful people I know are not the busiest. They are the most focused. They know what matters and they attack it relentlessly. They remove distractions, prioritize their actions, and guard their time like a treasure. That is how momentum is built. That is how greatness is achieved. Every day, I want you to ask yourself, what is distracting me? What is stealing my energy? What is keeping me from my purpose? Identify it, confront it, remove it, replace it with action, replace it with growth, replace it with work that matters. Every distraction you eliminate, every choice you make to focus, every second you reclaim, this is how you build unstoppable consistency. This is how you force yourself to win. This is how you create a life you were born to live. Distractions will always be there. The world will always compete for your attention. Your mind will always look for comfort. The difference between winners and losers is that winners learn to protect their focus. They ruthlessly cut out what doesn't matter. They fight for every minute, every hour, every day. They know that every distraction removed is a step toward unstoppable momentum. That is how consistency is built. That is how discipline is built. That is how lives are transformed. Listen to me carefully, because this is where most people fail. Most people have dreams, most people have goals, most people have the talent, but very few ever achieve what they are capable of because they do not hold themselves accountable. Accountability is the secret weapon of champions. Consistency is not about luck. It is not about motivation. It is not about who is watching you. Consistency is about taking complete responsibility for every single action you take, every single decision you make, and every single step you allow yourself to take toward your goal. If you want to force yourself to be consistent, you must start holding yourself accountable. Most people fail because they are passive about their own lives. They make goals, they make plans, they start strong, and then they drift. They blame circumstances, they blame other people, they blame timing, and slowly, quietly, they fall off track. That is not just failure, that is giving up without even realizing it. Accountability is what bridges the gap between dreams and results. Without accountability, you are guessing, you are wandering, you are hoping, wishing, but never really moving forward. When you hold yourself accountable, you are taking control of your life, you are taking control of your growth, and you are taking control of your results. Accountability starts with brutal honesty. You must look at yourself and be honest about your actions, your effort, your results. You cannot lie to yourself. You cannot make excuses. You cannot rationalize your failures away. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I doing everything I can to achieve my dreams? Am I giving my absolute best? Am I taking responsibility for my growth? Most people avoid this question because the truth is uncomfortable. Most people lie to themselves because facing reality requires courage. It requires discipline. It requires action. But if you cannot face the truth about yourself, your habits, and your results, you will never be consistent. You will never be disciplined, and you will never be successful. Tracking your progress is more than writing down goals or checking boxes. It is measuring your effort, evaluating your habits, and understanding whether your actions are actually moving you forward. You have to know where you are today so you can measure where you are tomorrow. You have to see both your wins and your losses. You have to acknowledge the small steps you are taking and the mistakes you are making. Progress fuels momentum. When you can see your growth, even in small increments, it keeps you motivated. Without tracking, you are flying blind. You are guessing. You are hoping. You are leaving your success to chance. Accountability also means discipline. Discipline means showing up even when you do not feel like it. Discipline means doing the work when no one is watching. Discipline means reviewing your actions, reflecting on your performance, and adjusting when necessary. Every time you hold yourself accountable, you are strengthening your mind, your habits, and your ability to stay consistent. Every step you take, every action you track, every moment you push yourself despite discomfort compounds into results that will transform your life. Most people fail because they do not want to be honest with themselves. They want to justify why they are not progressing. They want to blame external forces. They want shortcuts, but there are no shortcuts. The people who rise, the people who force themselves to be consistent, they hold themselves accountable every single day. They track their habits, their routines, their results. They confront their mistakes. They learn from them and they adjust. That is how momentum is built. That is how consistency is maintained. That is how success becomes inevitable. Tracking your progress also keeps you motivated when the journey gets hard, when you can see how far you have come, the small wins, the obstacles you have overcome. It reminds you why you started. It gives proof that your effort is working. Without tracking, it is easy to feel invisible, stagnant, and lost. But when you hold yourself accountable, when you measure every action and every result, you create a feedback loop of motivation, momentum, and unstoppable growth. Accountability is not punishment. Accountability is empowerment. It is not shame. It is control. It is not fear. It is freedom. The moment you take full responsibility for your actions, for your consistency, for your effort, you take control of your life. You stop blaming others. You stop waiting for permission. You stop depending on motivation. You own your results. You own your consistency. You own your life. That is the power of accountability. That is how ordinary effort turns into extraordinary results. That is how dreams become reality. Listen to me. And listen carefully, because this is the part that separates people who wish from people who win. This is the moment where you stop listening like entertainment and you start listening like your life depends on it. You've heard every truth. You've felt every punch of reality. You've understood exactly why you've been stuck, why you've been slipping, why your dreams feel far away. But now, right now, this is the moment where you decide what happens next. Because consistency is not magic, it's not talent, it's not something only special people have. No, consistency is war. Consistency is you waking up every day, looking at your excuses, looking at your fears, looking at your laziness and saying, not today. I choose discipline. I choose focus. I choose my future. You want to change your life? Force yourself. Do you want success? Force yourself. Do you want respect? Force yourself. You want discipline, results, growth, transformation? Force yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to push you. Nobody is coming to carry you across the finish line. This fight is you versus you. This journey is you versus your old habits. This battlefield is you versus your comfort zone. And hear me, your comfort zone is killing you. Your excuses are killing you. Your hesitation is killing your dreams. But the exact moment you decide that you are done wasting time, done playing small, done starting and stopping, that is the moment your entire destiny shifts, because consistency Real consistency is when you stop waiting for motivation and start moving with purpose. It's when you stop negotiating with your mind and start commanding it. It's when you stop being controlled by your feelings and start being driven by your future. I want you to imagine something. Imagine 30 days of consistency. Imagine 90 days of discipline. Imagine 1 full year of you showing up, even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when no one is clapping for you. Your life would not look the same. Your future would not look the same. You would not be the same. And that version of you that makes you stronger, that disciplines you, that unstoppable you, they're waiting, but they can't come until you make a decision, a real decision, a burn the boats, no turning back decision. So hear my voice. Deep in your chest, shaking your soul. Stop talking, stop wishing, stop overthinking, start move, a CT, show up, be consistent every single day, because the day you force yourself to be consistent is the day the world will have no choice but to move out of your way. Now go. Your future is waiting. Your greatness is waiting. Your destiny is waiting, and it belongs to the most consistent version of you.